Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks. And this is the Tech Travel Geeks unboxing and first impressions video covering the EKSA E900 gaming headset. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. Right then, so last year we reviewed another EKSA headset, which was quite popular. Not only do people use these headsets for gaming, but for all maybe working from home or on the road activities. It's good to have a good headset and, more importantly, a decent microphone when you're on all those video calls, whatever the purpose of the calls themselves. Now, this is a review unit provided to us by EKSA, so thanks for sending us this EKSA. What we're going to do is unbox it and then do a sample video and, more importantly, give you my first impressions of using it after a few hours. This is a gaming headset, so it's not just for PC or a laptop. It can also be paired with a PS4, an Xbox One, S or X, a Nintendo Switch, or, as we said, a PC. Now, the packaging is pretty self-explanatory. There's the gaming headset pictured here, and on the back you get a few extra details of the specifications. So what I'm going to do is open up this. There's no need for my jerry-rig everything knife here, and see what's inside. Now, first thing that shows up is a bag, and then there's a smaller plastic bag with the headset microphone. Right, let's look at what's in here first. So in this bag we have information on how to get help from EKSA in terms of warranty or for having setup issues. So you've got plenty of resources here. I'll put this down. We have a user manual guide which walks you through the features of the headset, how to connect different devices including the PlayStation, Xbox, and so forth. This seems to be connecting using a Courage port, that's a 3.5mm audio jack, and multiple languages. So we have a little microphone cover to stop popping if you're, for example, speaking. It softens the sound a little. The microphone itself, which connects, you've guessed it, through a Courage port, a 3.5mm audio jack. And this is an earphone splitter, so you can connect to microphone and earphones in devices that have separate 3.5mm connectors for each, and then this presumably goes into the headset itself. Now, the EKSA bag, as on the EKSA devices we saw last year, comes in a nice pleather bag, so that's plastic leather, it's not real leather, and on the inside there's this drawstring, nice red detailed drawstring. In this case we have the red headset. So very cool design. As you can see here, we have side panels which are mesh that feels like metal rather than plastic. The rest is very, very light, mostly plastic apart from these arms here. And we have some memory foam, or in this case memory protein as some brands call it, a head protector with EKSA branding on top of it, so you can see that EKSA branding standing out, and some soft ear cups. So these don't have active noise cancellation, it's passive noise cancellation or normal ear covering to reduce the amount of noise you get from the outside, but also how much sound leaks out. And the connector from here, as we said, goes to 3.5mm. So this is an audio jack, not a USB headset. What else do we have here? A controller in the cable. So the cable to your PC or Xbox or wherever has a physical mute and unmute button, as well as a volume control. And that seems to be it in terms of features. So what I'm going to do now is plug these in to see what the sound is like. I'll use them for a few hours, probably record a sample video for you, and then get back to you with my first impressions. So for you it may be a few seconds. Please be aware that we'll put an ad slot in here, so if you don't have YouTube Premium, you'll likely see an ad. We'll see you in a moment. Right then, I'm back. So it's been a few days that I've been using these EKSA E900 earphones. They're gaming earphones, and there was a bit of confusion on my side on how they worked and what the expectations were. Now, upon closer inspection of the Amazon web page for this product, there's actually different versions of the EKSA E900. The ones we've been sent for review are the EKSA E900s. Now these are earphones that have 3.5mm or the courage port for connecting to devices. They're entirely analog earphones. Now, on the product listing page, if you were to choose the black ones, these are actually the EKSA E900 Pro, which have USB to analog. So they're a different type of headphone, but are compatible with most devices anyway. And if you want to, you can also use analog to analog, courage port to courage port. So that's a thing that we clarified with EKSA, we reached out to them, and we verified on the website. I'll leave the link to both versions in the description, so you can make a decision as which ones you would prefer to get. Now, over almost a week of me using the EKSA E900, specifically the red version, which is marked as the E900s, I have to say I've been really impressed. Now, one of the ways I've been using them is with the courage port, plugging it into my Xbox One controller. And I have to say, this weekend I had a lot of fun playing Dead Red Redemption using these earphones, because the sound quality is really good. So things like birds in the background, animals in gunfights, you get to hear the proper stereo. It's a really good sound experience. And I would say it's better than my TV, my LG TV. So with the Xbox, great. Now you can also use these earphones with your smartphone. You see, if you have a smartphone with a courage port, such as this Doogie, which we recently unboxed on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel, you can use these for listening to music, podcasts, watching video, and the sound quality is just as good. They're really good, rounded sound with lots of bass, but also decent reproduction of the mids and the high level sound. So I can 100% recommend these earphones. As I said, I've been using these for over a week. I've also been using them to make video calls. Obviously, in my day job, I need to do that quite a lot. I'm working from home. And I also recorded a sample with a call with our Chief Aperture Officer, Lukasz. So here's the sample. So here's a sample video recorded with, on my end, the EKSA E900 headset, more specifically the red model, which is the E900s, plugged into my desktop PC and using my camera. So the microphone we're using is the EKSA E900s one, and as far as I'm concerned, I can hear our Chief Aperture Officer. Lukasz, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well, no problems. The audio quality is good, so sounds good.
Good. So as far as making video calls over Facebook Messenger from desktop to desktop, no issues at all here. I will be trying these as well on a tablet computer, my Amazon Fire tablet, to see how it performs there. But this is a sample just straight out of the PC and recorded on Lukasz's end, so you have an idea of what the sound is like. Anyway, back to our first impressions video. Thanks, Lukasz. Okay then, so I'll let you judge how that works. Obviously, bear in mind that in this case it was Facebook Messenger, therefore some of the sound handling was dealt with by the service itself, not the headphones. But as far as Lukasz could hear, to me that sounds clear from his recording. Now, one thing I really like about this is the microphone. So it has the little protector to stop noise getting too bad with direct pops on the microphone, but you also have the capability of removing this if you need to do something simple like, for example, just listen to music. So it's a really cool feature, and I really like the fact that you can add and remove this. It's really very, very handy. For example, if you're going to be playing a game like Red Dead Redemption and you're not going to be chatting to everyone, maybe you're eating some chips or drinking something, you might want to take this out of the way and just have the passive sound experience, which is great, as I said. The earphones are comfortable, the sound is well-rounded and has decent bass, and for long gaming sessions, for long sessions at your computer, even making video calls, these are very, very comfortable. The only thing I'd say is, as with all over-ear earphones, there is a certain element of heat. In warm weather, as we've been having recently here in Scotland, things do get a bit sweaty in my experience with these pleather ear muffs. Now, one thing that's good is, because it's pleather, it's really easy to use an antibacterial wipe or just wipe them. It works really well. So there you go. That was a quick unboxing and review and our sample video recorded on the EKSA E900s, the red model. As I said earlier, there's two versions of these. There's the E900s, which is purely analog or Courage port featured. And then there is the E900 Pro, which is USB powered. So just be aware of that. We'll put the links in the description. If you have any further questions or you'd like to know more, feel free to reach out to me. I will be using these. I've really enjoyed my time with these and will carry on using them. But for now, thanks for watching. If you don't already, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks here on YouTube. And from me, thanks for watching.